Today, we got to talk about a modern classic, the Nike Air Max 270s. And let's clear this up right away. These are not running shoes or a shoe that's intended for any athletic use, really. And yes, my friend, this includes walking. Sure, walking in the mall, yes, but any type of walking for exercise or trying to get steps in, no. These are lifestyle shoes intended for looking cool. And before we even begin to review the Nike Air Max 270s, we have to make sure that we're looking at the shoes through the proper lens. Why do I say all this? Well, because it's not that long ago that I myself considered the 270s a running shoe, as evidenced by these old beaters right here. I put miles in on these, and I'm not talking about just casual strolls through the mall. I'm talking about I've been on the trail with these things running for years, and no, that's not a good idea. Reviewing the Nike Air Max 270s is a unique thing for me personally, because at one point in time, the Nike Air Max 270s were it, at least for me. And now that I've experienced a few more brands and learned a bit more about shoes, the 270s represent the exact thing that I really don't look for in a shoe any longer. I think lots of people feel similarly, and it's one of the big reasons that Nike has been trending down. Now, that's just my opinion, of course, and I'm not saying that the 270s are responsible for Nike's declining sales alone, but I do think this idea of form over function is. Simply put, I think fashion and style buyers are on the decline in favor of more utility buyers, and such a phenomenon would put a style such as the Air Max 270s in a precarious position within the market, right? Well, not so fast. The Air Max 270s were released back in February of 2018, and the 270 refers to the 270 degrees of air pocket around the heel of the sole of the shoe. The 270s are undoubtedly one of the most popular models of Air Max, and still take up a pretty significant amount of shelf space in many retailers even today, 7 years after their release. I've had 3 pairs of Nike Air Max 270s in my lifetime, and at one point in time, I would have sworn to you that they're comfortable, but now that I've experienced a lot more shoes, I really don't think they are, at least not for me. The 270 is a victim of its own looks. The shoes look like they should be comfortable, but really, I don't feel that the experience matches the aesthetic. When it comes to the shoe sole, the air unit along with the rubber outsole is really one of the most unresponsive shoe soles I've ever experienced. But I have to remind you, this is a lifestyle shoe. I really can't believe I used to run in these things because I don't think they're very cushioned at all. And they are also not the lightest shoe, seeing as though my size 11 weighs in at 12.2 ounces. And this is heavier than the Cloud Monsters from On and the Hoka Bondi, 2 models of shoes that are much bigger and clunkier looking. Now, I don't feel that the Air Max 270s are terribly uncomfortable either. The shoe sole is somewhat flexible, and I actually like the stretchable upper. And this combination and the overall pliability of the shoe, I think somewhat redeems it in the comfort category. Again, somewhat. Since we're considering the Air Max 270 as lifestyle shoes, I really think we have to think about them in a similar light to several other classic lifestyle models, such as Stan Smiths from Adidas or K-Swiss Classics, maybe even Jordan 1s, and even Converse All-Star Chuck Taylors. And none of these models are going to win any comfort awards. And you have to remember, I was able to run in the 270s for a long time. And again, not a good idea. And I have to admit, I really love the way the Nike Air Max 270s look. I just feel like it's a sleek design that works well in a lot of different colorways. And every time Nike drops a new design, I can just see my eyes gravitating towards them. But to the big question, would I buy the Nike Air Max 270s again today? And the answer is probably not, because these days I just want something more from my shoes than just aesthetics. Or maybe I shouldn't say more, but just something different. I really want to enjoy the on-foot experience in a shoe that motivates me to move more. But I still feel there is space for style, and we'll always have room for classic models. And the Nike Air Max are quickly establishing themselves as exactly that, a modern day classic model. Just too bad they don't feel as good as they look, because then we would really have something then, wouldn't we? Hey, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And yeah, until the next one, fitness and beer. Get out of here.